All right. Thank you for joining us. We're about to jump into the Future of Climate Action series that we're doing to help empower communities. We're really excited to have the group that we have here with us. We have people joining from Mumbai, Gainesville, Florida, Philadelphia, Ghana, Illinois. Really amazing. If you're just hopping on, please share where you're joining us from and let us know if you've been a part of Green Team Academy's Climate Action Challenge. We would love to know who here has been a part of the Green Team Academy journey. So I want to thank you very much. And Joan, if you want to share our agenda and we kind of jump in.
For sure. Thanks everybody for joining. Where else do you get to jump on with change makers from around the world? This is my favorite thing to do. Today, our presentation part will be the first half or so of this hour, and that's how we'll be doing this in general, is sharing some ideas with you. We're going to get your input on this Jamboard thing that we're going to test out, and then we'll stop the recording and have time for open discussion. We just want to remind people what our mission here is at Green Team Academy is empowering everyday people to be the change, with our primary focus being the International Climate Action Challenge. And we're gearing up to host that again in 2024. Back to you, Jen.
If you have been receiving emails and everything from us, you probably have an idea about the director change that's going on within Green Team Academy. Joan and I have had such an awesome journey together. I met Joan back in 2020. Green Team Academy has been around since 2018, but I saw Joan speaking about the Climate Action Challenge, and I was trying to launch a project at the time, and I ran straight at her after she gave this speech. It was like moth to a flame. She held the knowledge.
Yeah, she almost tackled me. I'm like, who is this crazy lady?
I was on a mission. But it's been really cool because so over the few years between 2020 and the end of 2021, Joan and I had been in contact and everything, and she was in a place where she needed space to work on some of her projects. And I was able to step in and take on the director role of Green Team Academy, which has been, like, I can't even describe how fulfilling of a position this has been. Treacherous at points. It was a lot of work, but it was such a journey and such an experience. I got to meet so many amazing people, and timing worked out perfectly where I'm looking to focus more on my project that I started working on with Joan and Green Team Academy. And Joan is in a place where she's able to step back in as director of Green Team Academy. Once again, we're going to be passing off the baton. We'll be working as co-directors until the end of the year. And then beginning of 2024, Joan's going to step into the director role and I will take on an advisory role. This is really to help us focus where we're going in 2024. So this is an amazing journey. We're really excited to have Joan back on. And if that wasn't a treat enough to have Joan back on as director, we also have Joan here on her birthday today. And for her birthday, brought the opportunity for you to be a part of Green Team Academy and support the growth for next year. So I know this isn't really customary, but Joan has gifts for you all when you donate. Joan, I'll let you share the gifts that we're sharing.
Awesome. And just as we're talking about this, before I say that, I wanted to catch us up on the chat. So we have Sierra Leone and Zambia, Malawi, in addition to the other countries that we said before, Sudan. It's just so cool that we get to hang out with you guys and, hear what all is going on. And we got one of our friends from GE as well, who just went through their own version of the challenge. So that's pretty cool. What we're doing here is really gearing up to host the 2024 International Climate Action Challenge. And if you're hosting the Olympics, you'd be doing a lot of fundraising and getting partners and building your team and planning. So that's what we're doing right now. And as far as the gifts, so if you decide to make a contribution, we'll plant a tree in your honor. Our board member, Christopher Marvin's Tumasimi, is an agroforester, came through our challenge early on and joined our leadership team. So Trinity Forestry Service is planting trees as their contribution. And if you do $50, you get that plus a digital copy of my book, or start a $10 or more monthly, then I'll send you a signed copy of the book as well. So it's great to see folks already jumping in. Jen, thank you. My niece Irene said, you asked for help, and so I gave it. So that's what we're doing right now, is we're asking for anyone that's in a position to contribute to do that now, and be thinking of us as you're going forward. All right.
The support that the community gives is how we're able to continue doing what we're doing. So being a part of our journey is huge for us. So I just want to thank you all for contributing if you do, but not only that, being here and being a part of the community. You guys are the reason that we're here. So appreciate you.
Yeah, exactly. In whatever way you want to be part of it. So what we're doing today is the kickoff of our Future of Climate Action series with the subtitle of Empowering Communities. So we'll be on here weekly on Thursdays at 9 a.m. Mountain Time between now and December 7th. And we're super excited about what all's coming together. The purpose for doing this is that 2023 has been a little bit more of a laid back year because we weren't really geared up to do the challenge this year. So we're like, all right, we're back, and let's hear, what's going on. We're going to be checking in with a lot of the challengers who went through previous challenges, hearing where they are, what they've learned, what they see for the future. We're building our portfolio so that people really understand what we do here at Green Team Academy. We'll be also getting input from some of the experts that helped guide us when we first got going, and others who are like looking into the future of what's working, what do we really see that Green Team Academy could help formulate going forward. And really just growing our community, our audience, building up, more challenger teams coming in, our leadership, and helping us chart our course for the future and being as big of a force as possible, ourselves as well as all of you together. How we're going to do this is we're going to be interviewing past challengers, experts, community members. We'll be posting all of this on our YouTube channel, and we have different ways we'll be gathering input and using that input to begin strategic planning in 2024. So the way we're looking at it is that we're really gearing up for what is GTA, Green Team Academy 3.0. So 1.0 was me starting Green Team Academy as a project, just doing research, coaching people, interviewing folks, and writing the book, having enough info to write the book and experience. So then in 2.0, which is starting in 2020, publishing the Climate Action Challenge book, hosting our first International Climate Action Challenge, and then continuing to do that through 2022. And so now here we are in 2023, getting ready for how does this look now that we have this experience behind us, and where are people, where are the resources, where can we be the most good? So to do that, we really want to be gathering your input. And so we have a few different ways. So first is going to be during our weekly sessions. We're also going to be putting up a form on our website where if you have an idea, hey, you guys should apply for this grant, you should talk to this person. We're not going to be able to follow up on all those leads just yet, but we'll be in this information gathering stage right now. And then we have this cool little Bonjoro tool where if people want to give us a review, you can create a little video or write something, and we can have that on our website. All this helps build our portfolio so that we're more able to recruit the partners and get the grants and find the people that are interested in the kind of impact that we're making. So with that, we're going to hop over to the Jamboard. We're just going to start by asking for your input. To give you a taste of what this whole process is about, is let's start with you and ask you some questions. When we ask the questions, you can put your answer in the chat, or if you want to click on the link that Jen just dropped in there. The first one, we'll just start with the easy one. What's your experience with Green Team Academy so far? So if you want to add something, you just click over here on this sticky note. And from that, you just write, I'm going to say founder. And so then that sticky note just shows up, and then Jen and I can tidy these up. So if you want to say what your experience has been so far, you can put it in the chat. Jen, you can read some of those if you want, or you can, we can edit those stickies as they come in.
If it's easier to drop anything into the chat, I can make sure that it gets over onto a sticky note.
Jen and I have been really finding is that people who have been a part of Green Team Academy in one way or another, and especially ourselves, that we miss it when we're away from it. And so I've heard that from other people too. No matter what you were able to do, Challenger 2021 and 22 and in love with the challenge. Awesome. Reading the Climate Action Challenge book. That's so cool. I've done the Climate Action Challenge, being part of the community. And that is our strength, is that we get to hang out with really cool people from around the world who have cool ideas. And so that's what we're really tapping into with this process is, what do you know? What are you seeing? And help us figure out what we should be doing next. This is awesome. And this is just a teaser, what we're doing right now. So I'm going to go to the next page. I'm not sure if it switches. If you need to switch, you can go up to the top there. So number 2, the question is, what first got you interested in climate action? So what spurred you to make an impact? So we'll be asking these same questions to the people that we're interviewing, but love to hear from you. It's usually like a point of frustration. I'm going to put mine on here, that it took me 17 years to get a recycling site in our community, because I didn't know what I was doing. And I was like, there's got to be a better way. It's usually a few different things, right? For me, it ended up being in Longmont, where we started a group and started seeing things happen, but it was all accidental.
I'm writing mine out now, which I guess I could just say.
Yeah.
I love this question so much, because like you said, it's going to be such an individual answer. And so how I got into climate action was a scuba diving trip that I took, where the waters were just littered with rubbish and the coral degradation was a bit overwhelming. So I got back from that scuba diving trip and I was just like, I need to help change the world somehow. And then that's where Joan came in with Green Team Academy, and here we are. So it's amazing.
This thing that we're doing right here is just setting up those questions so that you're thinking about us when you're thinking about this, and how you can express this, how we can share your story as you go forward. Peace education. Yep. Oh, Silent Spring. Interesting. Yeah. And this is so great. So we know that everybody comes from different perspectives and is able to see things that maybe we're not able to see just yet.
And that's the beauty of
an engineer. That's amazing too. Go ahead.
That's just it. Bringing so many different perspectives together really helps see from different angles, which is huge when you're trying to take action towards such a big issue. Like all of the different perspectives is what makes the network. And it's amazing to hear these stories of what spurred you all into action. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah. So the next one is, what are the biggest obstacles that either in the past prevented you, or you feel that are preventing you from making a bigger impact? What are you running up against right now? Because this helps inform our work. Where can we be of the most value? When I first started doing things, I was just doing it alone. Initially, I didn't even know to ask for help. I didn't even know about getting partners. And then I think my next biggest thing was holding events and nobody showing up. And that's so heartbreaking. So I'm curious to hear, what it is. What do you think are some of the biggest obstacles that are preventing you from making an impact? So you have an idea, that it works, that's what people need. What are some of the barriers that are keeping you from actually making it realized.
Like the beauty of these obstacles that you run up against, it's in not knowing that you needed the partners. Now so like you move forward differently, not having people show up at the event. You have to get creative to engage more people. So it's sometimes the obstacles are here to propel.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're not. Well, I'm going to throw that out there too.
Well, no, but I think it is the thing of being realistic about what you've tried and what is not working, is, yeah.
A couple of people said that getting people to be aware and then find out about opportunities to get others involved.
Yeah.
Awareness is a big one. I think that's helping people become aware is part of what our job is in this sector, which isn't an easy one.
Yeah, these are all so
Very
important. And what's really interesting is I think a lot of people would say like that funding would be the number one thing. But it's interesting. Yeah, funding is probably a big one. But this is interesting to see because we see that a lot of people who don't have funding do make an impact. So they have some of these best practices. They know how to get people together. Some of it, in some cultures, it's actually easier than in others to, that are more community focused.
This one that just came in, figuring out how to actually hack the fossil fuel roots. It's easy to get distracted into little things that don't really change the problem much. Yeah. Connecting with like-minded people, connecting with other groups. I really like this one. The fact that my dream of combating climate change is still alive is amazing.
Yeah.
Because that's what will keep driving you for sure. That's incredible. Realizing you have to get involved with government and actually participating in government, in whatever capacity you're passionate about. That's amazing because if you're trying to change actual policy, it's so important to be involved with local government to like bigger sectors of government where you're able to.
Yeah,
And
like we're hearing, like writing a grant, and Lonnie Francisco with Bokashi Pinoy was saying, yeah, I didn't realize early on I was just complaining. I didn't know I could actually impact city policy. But yeah, so this is all great to see. Yeah, then the next question is ideas about how can we work together in the future? What are you thinking? Gosh, I really wish Green Team Academy would bloody blah. We've heard some interesting things from Sue and others. I wish you guys we could use your X, Y, and Z in this situation. So that's another question is what is something that you think of that we could do together or do more of? We have people who have said, how could you set up in our country and so we could have a nonprofit there and train people for different things. So curious to see if you have ideas in that regard as well.
this is the good stuff.
Yeah.
This is where we get to take your advice and try and implement it in a way that we can move forward and grow more collaboratively and in a way that you're seeing fit, not just us on the other side of it. So I think I'm really excited to get into, different suggestions that people have.
And, as we said, today's kind of a teaser. We're just a warm up that we're just putting this out here, this idea. I don't know if anybody's read the book Ask. It's really great. It's like most people go about building things and then trying to get people to use it. But instead, if you just go, hey, what do you need? And then build that, you're obviously going to have a lot better results and a built-in audience of people that care and want to use it. Okay, I like it. Tell the story of Green Team Academy and beyond. Perfect. Regular virtual meetings. Yeah, I like that idea too. More interactions, developing a project that everyone could implement. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. small types of action support groups where similar people, yeah. More interaction, sharing ideas. Awesome. Yeah, this is great. And so I think, one of the things that happened in the past is we took on like a lot. So we're pretty excited actually to have this year where we didn't host an International Climate Action Challenge, to be able to have a little breathing space to really check back with people that have been through it. We now know it works. And so now just checking back with folks, okay, what can we do going forward?
And earlier this year, I did get to actually travel to Uganda and take part in some of the projects that the teams were working on. So throughout our Future of Climate Action Challenge, we'll be able to share some pictures of actual hands on the ground. It was so amazing to actually see the work that was being done and come back with a better understanding of how we can show up. So it's been a real treat to take part in those projects.
Yeah, that was humongous to be able to go there.
It was amazing.
Yeah, I know you have to consider your carbon footprint, but if you're going to go one place, and my favorite so far has been Africa, just different places I've gone. So amazing. So it's exciting to have folks from there as well as around the world as we're chatting. This is a thing we'll have on our form, but I think we won't try to do this right at the moment, but the idea is just, if you know of a specific grant that you think that we should apply for together, or, there's some specific step that you'd like to see us take, somebody in particular that you want to connect us with, then we want to get that information together. And so then the last thing that I wanted to mention is that our session next week, I think, is going to be fun, because it's going to be the story of a little bit more details of the Green Team Academy, what we've done so far and where these ideas came from, and some of the struggles, and popping into shining a light on some of the challengers that we got to meet in 2020, 2021, 2022. So it'll be a big picture overview. And again, looking forward to, where should we be going next in our GTA 3.0.
Yeah, Nan just put in the chat, I found the teams and challengers from Africa give me so much hope about the human spirit working together to battle climate change. I have never been so inspired in my entire life, running this challenge and seeing how many youth in other countries are just ready to hit the ground running and do whatever it takes to create a more sustainable future for their community. Amazing.
Yeah, exactly. So with that, again, we just wanted to do this first little kickoff, invite you to be part of this process and hopefully get you excited. We're open to ideas for who we should be talking to. We don't have all that planned out yet. During this whole series, really want to do this process together with you, because that's what we do. We learn from you, we work with you, we serve you, and we're inspired by you. So thanks so much. And for hopping on, we're going to go ahead and stop the recording, but we will keep the room open so that we have time to chat as well. Jen, do you want to sign us off?
Yeah, I want to thank everybody for coming in and spending your time with us, and for all of the amazing participation. This was incredible, and I love hearing all of your stories. So thank you for taking part and joining us for this Future of Climate Action series. I'm really excited to talk to other people and get information, and I hope that you all tag along for the journey with us.
Exactly. All right. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next one.